Oh yes, it is summertime in New York and we are going to be doing Subaru versus Toyota and see which is the better car for you to get. So the contenders are the following. This one is the Crosstrek, one of the most popular ones from 2019 about, versus the Toyota XLE hybrid. And the biggest question is, which one you should be getting for yourself if you had a choice between both of those vehicles. So welcome back to another episode of the Geek Tech Show. In today's episode, you're going to be checking out two different vehicles to see which is the best one for you to get. And we are including Toyota over here, which is the XLE, and the Subaru right there. So the biggest question is, of course, which one is the better vehicle for you to get? The hybrid XLE here is amazing in a lot of ways, but it has its own issues as well. First of all, the light is much taller, which is a good thing. It is much taller in a light. Next thing is the auto entry. No more having to put the keys in to open the door. Put your hand in here and right there, opens up and closes it, just like that. Bingo, that's it. Door opens. I love this. I don't like the way we had to put the keys in, open it up. Yes, there was still a key lock here. There was only one key lock. There was no more key locks in here, but that's a good thing. Opening it up right inside, you can see the whole seat and everything else here. Now there was a few issues that I want to make you aware of the seat here. One, the XLE does come with the manual, and this specific one is the auto controls. What I mean by manual, the manual seat is right there, the passenger seat. Tough luck for you to be the passenger. Now you hear this woody woodpecker outside. When you get inside the car, you can't hear it anymore. It is almost soundproof right here, which is a good thing. Now, in the actual vehicle, all by itself, this seat is just terrible. I paid so much money, and yet this feels like a second passenger seat. It doesn't feel like first class. It feels like a back seat here. It's just not comfortable. Not only it doesn't have the same nice seating as this seat, it just doesn't have it. Now you don't need a car key to turn this on. You don't need the actual key. You need it in your pocket. Press on here. Press on the back, on the pedal right there, and this is on. Yes, it's actually on. That's all you're doing to turn it on. This is actually, in some ways, you're like, wait, is it on? Yes, the vehicle is on. And it tricks me. I don't even know it's on. It's so quiet. Now you might be interested in the following. And there it is. 21 miles per gallon. Not too bad. Not too great either. And yeah, it's very hard to see the dashboard here. One of the cool things about this, you can actually see the speed signs as you're driving pop up right over here, which is really cool. It also has double climate control right there, one of which is for the driver, another one is for the passenger. You can regulate your own climate here too. And the cool thing is, right now we are going right on battery power. This is not gas. This is all battery power that is working on right here, right in the back. The battery is turning everything on. That is awesome. Now, a few things I actually dislike about this car: putting this dashboard over here, and really a blind spot, a huge blind spot that is happening because of this huge thing right there. It actually does obscure some of the road. I am not a fan of that. But I like the SUV-like feeling inside the vehicle. It is commanding, it is big. You can feel this is a big car when you sit right inside of it. The hood right there, there's a little visibility problems with this too. There was storage space, ample storage space over here. And right there too. And opening this up right there. Now let's go to the other vehicle and check it out. I mean, some of you are like, which one is better? The Subaru, the Honda? We don't have the Honda here. Toyota, Subaru. So same tires. Both of them are sporting, really big. Now let's go to the Subaru. This is a little smaller. It's a little of a passenger car. Same exact tires, but this version of the Subaru, which is a low end of the trim, you gotta use the keys to get in, or you can just press this button right here and we open the car. Big difference inside here between both of them. And you can see it right inside. One of the most annoying things is probably this dashboard camera. When you go ahead and put this in, and yes, this does have the actual key. At the time I got this, like I need the key. I don't trust the buttons. And yeah, you can hear it. Look, the volume. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn the volume off. Then we have this screen here that just pops out, and it takes a few seconds for it to get out. You can see right here that this vehicle, miles per gallon, and it doesn't even. I don't know what that is. Never mind. Doesn't even have a trip monitor on this. It makes a sound when it turns on. One thing I really dislike is this. You can see the vents here. The vertical vents. I'm not a fan of the vertical vents. It doesn't have climate control like the other vehicle. It's all manual. I really do prefer the manual here. But as you can see, one of the interesting things about this is the way the manual controls are over here. I like that. Look at the noise. The manual controls are on the bottom, turning the sound on and off. It has a CD player, which I like. The light is much more low down. The radio is over here. We have the radio, which is in the right location, and in the Toyota it is in the wrong location. The radio is right here, and the other stuff is up there. So it is confusing. It is the other way around. But it's more simple. The Subaru is just more simple. The buttons, everything here is more practical. It's more easy for you to go ahead. There is no extra additional controls that you don't really need. And you can easily operate the dashboard. So the dashboard is a big thing in the Subaru. I like the dashboard. Just the way it is designed. Simplistic right here. Everything right there. The heat and the cold. I don't know. It seems like less is more in this vehicle. It really is. One thing you might find super annoying is this right here. It's supposed to be like, in some ways I used to like this carbon fiber thing right there, but it shines. It really shines. It feels, it's kind of cheap too. I gotta admit this. After a while looking at this thing is ugly. At first it's like, wow, this thing is cool, but then after a while you sit in this vehicle and like, no, that's not cool. Another cool thing about the Subarus, this lights up. Yes, this Subaru thought about making this light up in the Toyota. No, it doesn't light up. Tough luck seeing what you're pressing on. You don't even know what you're pressing on at night. You got the X mode here. You got the heated seats exactly where you need it, right on the bottom here, not over there on the dashboard. And this seat, Toyota's manual, it feels comfy. Manual comfort. Well, you tell me to sit there. Okay, I'll go check it out. And other side here. Let's go and see how comfortable is the other seat. Hope we go into that seat. Another thing is, you need the keys. Or at least you need to press this button right there. Open everything up. One more thing. One thing done right is the roof. That's the way you do it, right here. In Toyota, it's done wrong. Okay. Back seat. Spacious. It is big. It feels good when you sit on here. Doesn't have buckets. Doesn't have a divider. One thing I dislike about this two-tone colors. Not too cool. Doesn't have a map area in here. It does have a map over here. There is no AC duct vents at all here. If you're in the back sitting, tough luck to you. It's gonna get hot as hell in the back. There is no air intakes in the back. It's all in the front. Not good. Nothing in the back here either. And the roof line is a bit down. I just hit my hand over here. It is down. It is a small car. It really is. Once you sit in here, you'll understand this car is just small. On the passenger side, sitting on here, it's actually more comfy than in the Toyota. Let's go ahead and sit in Toyota and find out which one is more comfy. I know it's a big difference for some people. Oh yeah, by the way, the rims. I love the rims in the Subarus. Yeah, that's cool rims. That is not cool. I wish I could just, swipe them between them. So let's go in the back here, check it out. By the way, the hood here is humongous, huge. This is a huge hood. Take a look at this hood right here. It's small, much small. Oh yeah, by the way, the sign, humongous, huge, big. A little bit small, not too small, but a little bit smaller than that. That is humongous. It screams hybrid. I don't like those signs. Too white, too glowy. All-wheel drive. Come on. I could have need a darker. So sitting in the back seat, I like the seat. The seat is cool. The doors are harder to close. Much more heavy. Those doors are heavy, really heavy. And why they're heavy, I'm not sure, but you do need to grab this. This is a good thing because it's so heavy. Some of the problems of this vehicle, this right here. This looks, I understand the reason behind those chromo things, but you know what? Those things shine in the face with the sun. Oh, this shines so bad. Not a good thing. Not good. But you can see the layout here. Much more, so many buttons, so many sophistications, buttons all over the place. Hot and roll right here. On and off here, skid control. We got so many controls over here. It's not even funny. And you expect this to be the radio, but this is the heating system. It is in the wrong location. I mean, just some people say, hey, it's the right location. No, it's the wrong location. This is where the radio is supposed to be at. And this is it, right here. This is the radio. It's up there. It's just in the wrong place. Yes, I understand this is the backup camera, but you know what? The backup camera was supposed to be down here. The radio is supposed to be down there. It's just, people are just used to it, to be in that place. It's a habit. The vents, right there you can see the vents. There's vents up here. And as we go down to the back, talking about the back here, the seats are much more better quality and more comfortable. You also have holder over here with the cups that you can put here, which is good. There's a place for the map in the back. There is no place for the map on this place, but you know what? We got the vents here. Yes, we got vents. We got the plugs. So you can put the USB plugs, 2 USB plugs in the back. A lot of ample storage space. There is a lot more room here. I'm not gonna bump my head into this as I get in and out. This is much more higher. We have this for adventurous stuff. This is cool. I love this. Right there, you can just hold it if you're going into some really tough terrain, which is this vehicle not designed for. And you can see the huge space in here. I know I don't have nothing. I'm OCD about having this thing clean. This is like new car. It is a new car. And look at this. This is like, I like this. You feel more safe in this car. You really do. You feel a lot more safer because there's more space here. In an event ever of an accident or anything, this car is bigger. It is more heavier. It is just so much more in this vehicle. So overall, oh, it's so dark here. Overall, this car, it got everything you need. There's 2 different vehicles for us to pick from, and if you ask me which one is better, it looks like the Toyota one is a much more better vehicle than the Honda. Than the Subaru. Yes, I said Honda. I used to have Hondas. I'm a Honda guy. I used to be always a Honda guy until I got the Subarus and the Toyotas, and now like, which am I now? I think I'm still a Subaru guy. After checking out both of those vehicles, yeah, they're both cool, they're both nice, but the Subaru has this thing, it just feels better. It just is such a better vehicle, such more simple too. But in terms of both of those cars, the one that wins outright is this one. It's the hybrid. It's just more, it has everything that I need, and I like it more. I like the hybrid more. But if I was gonna get another one, which I will someday, I'm gonna get another Subaru, but I'm gonna get it in a bigger trim SUV. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, you enjoyed the show, make sure you sub to it. I want to see you on the inside, and peace out, and see you in another episode of the Geek Tech Show. You never know what is the next video coming up on this channel. Of course, one last thing, when you're buying a Toyota, you're really buying a Subaru, and vice versa. Why is that? You can see that with the design in the back, they're pretty much similar companies, and that's because Toyota actually owns 20% stake in Subaru, and they're using interchangeable parts. You can kind of see with the mirrors the way they were designed, and this thing right here. And if you go all the way over here, you can see almost the same exact thing right there. And in the back, it is also very similar as well. But what is different? The paint jobs. Paint job is so much better on the Subaru. It doesn't get as dirty, and although it does get dirty, it doesn't scratch as easily as this. But primarily the problem with the Toyotas is the kind of the dirt and how it shows up all over here, and it looks like a messy dirt. I prefer the dirt on the Subaru. It just looks so much more better. Another thing is the exhaust vents, and you can see how beefed up and awesome they look over here. I love the way they look here. And if you go all the way to the other vehicle, it's not even comparison or the same. It doesn't even have one. This is like the new age style. I'm not a fan of this style where you can't even see the exhaust vents. I can see the attraction why they did this, but when it comes to snow and stuff like that, I prefer them to stick out. Plus, I think it looks just much better when it sticks out as well. This is the biggest things about both of those cars. It's just the looks. Looks aside, one of the things I dislike about this car is just the way this line goes. You can see it starts straight, 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 and then it goes whoop, just like that, a little bit higher. You can see it right here. It just looks weird. It's basically really comes down to that. With the Toyota, this gets a 9.5. It is much higher rating because it's much higher car. It's an SUV. It does a lot more things, a lot more better, and because it's a hybrid. Other than that, I think in terms of practicality, in terms of sitting, in terms of being more simplistic, and in terms of being more fun to drive, this Subaru still wins outright in that terms. My only regret is that this Subaru, for my needs, is just a bit too small. The back seat and everything over there is just too tight. And this is why the Toyota is just so much better. But that's my personal opinion. I think it's really an SUV versus a passenger on this is a passenger on steroid vehicle. That's what the Crosstrek is all about. Actually, it is a small car that has raised wheels. It's one of the better vehicles that I ever drove, and yet it's a little bit on the small side, and this one is just a little bit too big. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I won the subscription for you, and check out the other video reviews that I have on my channel. Well, we always have a surprise new video coming up here every single week. So thank you so much for watching this entire video, and you probably want to know their ratings, which one gets what. So the Subaru gets, I would say, a 9 out of 10 stars. The reason why for that, it got everything, but this is not top of the line one, and that's why it gets 1 point off.